Now why are you doing all, mommy, mommy, mommy all the time? You do everything on it. My dear son, you do on your own. Now just imagine how relations change. At one time, the child went after the parents. The other time, what? This is it. Everything changes. Now, if we know that change is inevitable, don't you think all of us must learn how to cope with change, understand change, anticipate change, deal with change? And unfortunately, this is not done. And therefore, what happens? There's a very lovely book called Future Shock, written by a person called Alvin Toffler. He talks that people, however much, outside things are changing, but psychologically man has not changed. And therefore, he's not able to cope with change, and he goes into what he calls the future shock. Now, if you have understood everything changes from childhood, you have first stage of life is called Shishu, infancy. Completely helpless and absolutely nothing. You do nothing. In fact, the child who does nothing makes the whole world do everything. Is it true or not? In life also remember, the one who does nothing makes others work 100 times more, right? The whole house, is centered around that infant. He does nothing. He just sits around, smiles away, cries away, and sleeps away. And the whole house is moving around him. Then slowly he goes from infancy, from Shishu Avastha, he goes into Balak Avastha or childhood. Then what happens? He starts moving around a little more, lots of physical changes. He's discovering the world, he's discovering himself. And his immediate family is the thing in his life. For him, that's everyone. And a little later, he enters into what is called Kumar Avastha. Kumar is pre-teens. There again. And that is the time when they are at their creative best. Ideas coming there. They're very, very creative at that time. Very, mobile and they can do a lot of things. And then they enter into this very, very amazing age, which is between childhood and youth, which is called teenagers, adolescents. Or, here it is called, it's a Shishu Avastha. After that is called what? Kishore Avastha. The word in Sanskrit for that adolescent is called Kishore. Some names also are there, no? Indian names, Kishore. Permanent teenagers. Kishore Avastha. Now, this is a very funny age. It's a transition between childhood and youth. And in this, because it's a transition period, there is a lot of confusion at every level. In the child, in the parents, in everyone. Everyone around, there's a confusion. If you ask in any school, which is the most difficult age to handle, they'll say, I don't know here what you call it, form whatever, but in other words, in India, we call it 9, 10th, 11th, 12th. Just before uni. This is all this one age that is sitting over there. That's the one. All schools anywhere in the world, it doesn't matter where you are, whether it's in Africa or it is India, you go there, they tell you this is the age, the most difficult to deal with. You ask mummy, daddies, they will say, I don't know what happened. આ મારા છોકરાઓ હતા અને આઈ નો આજ 3 વર્ષ પહેલાં કેવો હતો અને હવે કેવો થઈ ગયો છે કાંઈ ખબર જ નથી પડતી શું થઈ ગયું સમજ જ નથી પડતી what happened I don't know what happened it's my child but something's wrong isn't it the world doesn't understand what's happening and they've passed through the best part of it they've all passed through that same age and they've completely forgotten what happens in that age. So it's a very, very funny age in the sense because it's a transition period between childhood and youth. And the best part of it is the confusion is not just outside, there is more confusion inside. And because there's this total confusion, what happens? The opposite is what is shown outside. Is it true or not? So the maximum acting cool happens in this age. When there is nothing cool over here, what is shown is what? I don't care. Who do you think you are? It doesn't matter. But I'm going to do this. Okay. Do your worst. Now, inside there is a lot of turmoil. Completely the opposite of what's going outside is shown inside. Completely. There is a lot of uncertainty about yourself, about the world, about everything. But what happens because of this turmoil that's going on inside, what is shown outside is completely the opposite. Now, of course, bodily changes are happening. The mind, emotions are really sometimes going haywire. Hormones at play. And you peak in terms of your physical strength and ability by the age of 16. Therefore, you see all the athletes in the world, they'll be all 16, 18, maximum. By 20, you start aging, and the rest of the time, what happens? After 20, it is only downhill. You understand? It's only downhill. After 20, you peak at a particular, all strength, everything, and then it just goes. So therefore, in every possible way, your physical energies, everything are at its peak. The mind is all absolutely active and agitated so often, and therefore, and that is why most of the teachers would complain, they are totally distracted, no one listens. Isn't it true? Teachers complain? Now, one of the most interesting things that happens, of course, all of you know about the physical changes, etc. One of the most interesting things that happens is that intellectually, you start questioning authority. A very, very important thing in life, a very important stage of growth of life is that you start questioning authority. Whoever you have taken as authority till now, and therefore, what happens, the first person that a teenager starts questioning is the immediate authority, and the immediate authority are the parents and the teachers. Is it true or not? That's the first person you start, because you overall question till that time, you take everything. They say it is like that. Yes, it is like that. No, it is like that. No, it is that. You can't do. You can't do. You do. You do. Till that time, it happens like that. And all of a sudden, this intellectual ability of yours starts growing. It starts questioning. And what do you question first? You question your parents and you question your teachers. And that is exactly why the parents and the teachers both complain and say they are becoming rebels and they don't listen. Is it true or not? Actually, it is not really they are rebelling. They are actually questioning. Are you understanding? Till now, they were only taking you for granted. And and whom will they question? They don't have that much of a wide vista of knowledge to question the world and its values. So they question only the immediate authority that is in front of them. And who is the immediate authority in front of them? The parents and the teachers. Till that time, daddy je bole baddu barabar, mummy je ke is fine. And then you say, hey, what is... And therefore, there is so much on conflict, and because they are questioning, they also don't understand. They think everything that daddy, mummy does is wrong. And therefore, it's a very common thing at that age. You question and you, what? Straight away? Why does he do like that? Why can't he understand me? They don't understand anything. They think they're very smart. They think they know. And the best part of it is, because he starts questioning, he starts thinking that he has thought everything. And he knows everything. The characteristic again of a youngster is, especially in the teenager, they think I am a Mr. Know-it-all.